Second time I seen him was at his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Everybody thinks he faked his death. He's not dead. There was many things that happened and he got set up for a little bit.
Tupac got caught on TMZ in 2009 after he burnt his fingerprints off and everybody seen him, right? The LAPD went out and covered that shit up. Look it up on TMZ. Look it up. Go look it up yourself. Go look it up yourself. You think I'm scared of you? Let's go.
Who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot him, right?
yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot ML Pac alive.
He's alive on my playlist.
All right, we'll leave it there.
There you go.
The hospital, St. Bernardine's, California. I tried to go back and get some type of history.
Jeremy, Denzel Washington, Beyonce Knowles, Ellen DeGeneres, Whoopi Goldberg, Lady Gaga, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Joan Rivers, Rob Saget. Do you want me to keep going? You get pressured, attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that f***ing mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marx, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my So here you go. You can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that that's bullshit, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them?
That people take pride in sticking bars up children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds to horse stables and have horses and dogs with them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang upside down in satanic ritual meetings, and they literally hang them, literally by metal prongs. They hang them to get dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood.
Tupac, you won't be able to hide from the public if I do. Okay? Anybody that was in my biological family as surrogates, they know damn well what I'm talking about. And if something happens to this woman right here, that's the only person that I will ever consider. She is my mother. I know nothing else. So somebody touch my mama, it won't be a Sandra Bland situation. You guys will be seeing us on t-shirts. And I'm down with that because we know where we're going. But if insurance releases insurance, you release everything. And I mean everything. If a song comes on of cleaning out my closet, everybody knows what that means. So I want to tell you now, I know a lot that I should not know. I haven't even got to the facilities. I haven't even got to things where things are buried. Why do I know cases that were in San Bernardino in 2005 when I was a child? So like I said, Tupac, you know what I'm talking about, and you won't even be able to hide from your own.
There was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair.
What if I told you the wildest twist in hip-hop history isn't about who shot Tupac Shakur, but about a secret daughter, a fake death, and a threat to blow the whole thing wide open? Buckle up, because this isn't just another conspiracy theory floating around the internet. This is a story that drags in Hollywood royalty, explosive affidavits, alleged cover-ups, and one woman who says she has nothing left to lose. Let's start where the internet started spiraling. For years, rumors have swirled that Tupac never really died in 1996. We've all heard the whispers: Cuba's sightings, Las Vegas hideouts, mysterious hospital inconsistencies. But just when that conversation was starting to cool off, it detonated again. This time, not because of a blurry photo or a grainy video, but because a woman named Ally Carter stepped forward claiming something even more shocking: that she is Tupac's biological daughter, and that his family has known all along. According to Ally, this isn't just about lineage. It's about identity, betrayal, and silence. She alleges that after she was born, a nurse swapped her with another baby, cutting her off from Tupac and his family. And here's where it escalates. She claims Tupac is still alive. Not metaphorically, not alive in spirit. Alive. And if he doesn't acknowledge her publicly, she says she's prepared to reveal receipts that could expose his current whereabouts. Now pause, because before you roll your eyes, consider why this story picked up so much traction. Ally isn't just some random voice online. She's been making explosive claims for years about elite misconduct in the entertainment industry, naming powerful figures and alleging abuse, cover-ups, and ritualistic wrongdoing. She says she filed affidavits. She says she named names. And she says she paid for it. She describes her life unraveling after speaking out. Her home allegedly exposed online, her family threatened, her stability shattered. In emotional videos, she shows what she says is the aftermath: a house lost, belongings moved, fear lingering. Whether you believe her or not, the intensity of her conviction is hard to ignore. Then comes the industry angle. Internet chatter suggests that comedians and insiders may have known more than they let on. Katt Williams has been loosely pulled into the narrative, with online speculation claiming he's been privately supportive of Ally behind the scenes. There's no verified proof of that, but the mere suggestion has fueled the fire. Because if even one respected insider validates her story, the implications could be seismic. And of course, the celebrity names she's allegedly mentioned over time only make the story more combustible. From moguls to A-list actors, the list reads like an award show seating chart. It's the kind of accusation storm that makes people either lean all the way in or back all the way out. But here's the psychological hook. Ally frames everything as connected. She implies that if Tupac acknowledged her, it would validate her entire narrative about the industry. That his silence isn't just personal, it's strategic. That protecting a secret identity protects a larger system. And if that system is real, then the stakes aren't just emotional. They're global. Of course, it's important to say this clearly. There is no verified evidence that Tupac is alive. There is no publicly confirmed proof that Ally Carter is his daughter. These claims remain allegations circulating online. But in the age of social media, sometimes the power of a story isn't in what's proven. It's in what people are willing to question. So now the real question isn't just, is Tupac alive? It's why this narrative refuses to die. Is it grief that never got closure? Is it the mythology we built around him? Or is it the possibility, however slim, that there's still a chapter we were never meant to read? Because if Ally is bluffing, this ends as another internet frenzy. But if she isn't, then hip-hop history might be sitting on the biggest plot twist of all time. And the clock, according to her, is ticking. What if the biggest secret in hip-hop isn't who pulled the trigger in 1996, but who's been hiding in plain sight ever since? What if the man the world mourned, whose murals still stretch across city blocks, and whose lyrics still soundtrack our pain, never actually left? And what if, on top of that, he left behind more than music? A daughter, a living, breathing woman now threatening to expose everything if he doesn't step forward. Because that's the bombshell shaking the internet right now. A woman claiming she is the biological child of Tupac Shakur, alleging he faked his death, and warning that if he refuses to acknowledge her, she'll reveal receipts that could blow up the mythology for good. This isn't just gossip. This is legacy on the line, history written, culture-shifting drama. For nearly 3 decades, the mystery around Tupac's death has refused to settle. September 1996 in Las Vegas. A drive-by shooting, a hospital stay, then the announcement that shook the world. But almost immediately, cracks formed in the official story. No clear murder conviction for years. Conflicting reports. Fans dissecting hospital records. Alleged sightings from Cuba to Malaysia. Conspiracy theories pointing to secret witness protection programs, coded lyrics, even symbolic clues in album art. The phrase Tupac is alive became less of a theory and more of a cultural undercurrent. He wasn't just a rapper. He was a revolutionary voice, a poet of the streets. And for many, legends don't die, they retreat. The myth grew because people weren't ready to let him go. And every few years, something reignites it. A blurry photo, a strange interview, a cryptic comment. But nothing has hit quite like this. Enter Ally Carter, a name that, until recently, circulated mostly in niche online spaces tied to industry whistleblowing. She didn't just step into the conversation. She detonated it. According to Ally, she is Tupac's biological daughter. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, biologically. She claims that after she was born, a nurse swapped her with another baby, severing her connection to Tupac and his family. She alleges that people in the industry have known for years, but actively worked to keep her identity hidden. And here's the twist that adds gasoline to the fire. She says the silence isn't accidental. It's strategic, because acknowledging her wouldn't just confirm paternity, it would validate everything else she's been saying about the entertainment world. Ally paints a picture of isolation and betrayal. She implies that Tupac's family knows the truth, but chose protection over revelation. She suggests that powerful people would rather label her unstable than risk reopening questions about 1996. And the internet, as expected, split in two. Some dismissed her immediately. Others leaned in, connecting dots, revisiting old interviews, reanalyzing timelines. Because in the age of digital sleuthing, no claim lives in a vacuum. Then came the escalation. Ally didn't stop at "he's my father." She went further. She claims Tupac is alive and in hiding. And she's issued what many interpret as an ultimatum. Acknowledge me, or I'll expose what I know. She's hinted at receipts, information, details that, according to her, would make it impossible for him to remain invisible. The stakes suddenly shifted from emotional to explosive. If she's bluffing, it's a dangerous one. If she's not, this could be one of the most shocking revelations in music history. Because exposing his whereabouts wouldn't just rewrite a narrative, it would ignite global chaos. But Ally's story doesn't exist in isolation. For years, she's made broader allegations about misconduct and corruption within elite circles of the entertainment industry. She claims she tried to speak out long before it was trending. She says she filed documents, named names, tried to alert authorities. Instead of support, she describes backlash, harassment, threats, instability. She's shown emotional videos detailing the fallout she says she experienced after going public. Whether critics believe her or not, her conviction is unwavering. She frames herself not as someone chasing clout, but as someone who lost everything trying to tell the truth. And in her narrative, being Tupac's daughter isn't the headline. It's the missing puzzle piece that explains why she was targeted. Then come the whispers, because no Hollywood-level drama is complete without alleged insiders. Online speculation has loosely tied comedian Katt Williams to the situation, with rumors suggesting he may have privately supported or advised her. There's no confirmed evidence of that, but the mere association adds intrigue. Katt has built a reputation for calling out industry secrets in interviews, so the internet did what it does best, connected dots, whether solid or imaginary. Other names float in comment sections, in threads, in speculative videos. The idea that people know but aren't talking fuels the suspense even more. And that's the real engine behind this story. Not proof, not documentation. Suspense. The possibility that something massive has been hidden in plain sight for decades. Because when you mix an unsolved cultural trauma, a legendary figure, a woman claiming secret lineage, and a threat to expose it all, you don't just get gossip. You get a narrative too powerful for the internet to ignore. So now the question isn't just whether Tupac is alive. It's whether this is the moment the myth finally cracks, or the moment it grows even bigger. Now let's pause, because before this turns into a full-blown Hollywood thriller in our heads, we need a reality check. As explosive as these claims are, there is currently no verified evidence that Tupac Shakur is alive. There are no confirmed documents, no DNA tests, no hospital reversals, no credible investigative findings proving that Ally Carter is his biological daughter. Law enforcement has never supported the idea that his death was staged. His family has not publicly acknowledged any secret child. And despite decades of rumors, not a single piece of hard, irrefutable proof has surfaced showing that he survived 1996. That matters, because when stories this dramatic explode online, it's easy for speculation to start sounding like confirmation. A confident delivery can feel like evidence. Emotional testimony can feel like documentation. But feelings are not forensics. And in an era where misinformation spreads faster than fact-checking, separating narrative from proof is not just responsible. It's necessary. Ally's claims remain allegations. The rumors about insiders remain rumors. The idea of a faked death remains a theory that has circulated for nearly 30 years without substantiation. And if we ignore that reality, we risk turning curiosity into conspiracy without accountability. But here's where the conversation gets deeper than gossip. Why does the idea that Tupac is alive refuse to die? Psychologically, unresolved endings haunt us. Tupac wasn't just a chart-topping rapper. He was a cultural force. He spoke about systemic injustice, poverty, police brutality, and survival in ways that still feel painfully relevant. When someone like that dies suddenly, especially in violence, the grief doesn't feel complete. There's no closure, no aging into elder statesman status, no final chapter that feels natural, just a hard stop. And culturally, legends don't fade quietly. Think about it. History is full of figures people claimed never truly died. Leaders, revolutionaries, icons. The bigger the impact, the harder it is for the public to accept mortality. Tupac's music still trends. His interviews still circulate. His face is still on murals, t-shirts, playlists. He feels present. So the mind does what it often does with mythic figures. It leaves the door open. There's also the symbolic layer. Tupac represented resistance. He challenged systems. So the idea that he escaped, rather than succumbed, fits a narrative people want to believe. It transforms tragedy into strategy, victim into mastermind, loss into legend, and then social media amplifies it. Every cryptic lyric gets re-examined. Every old interview becomes evidence. Every new rumor finds an audience ready to connect dots. The algorithm doesn't reward restraint. It rewards intrigue. So the myth regenerates again and again. Which brings us right back to Ally. Because whether people believe her or not, she's tapped directly into that cultural nerve. She didn't just say, he's alive. She said, he's alive, and I can prove it. She didn't just claim lineage. She framed it as withheld truth. And most importantly, she attached a ticking clock to it. An ultimatum. acknowledge me, or I expose everything. That's the kind of statement that lingers. Because if she's bluffing, eventually the silence will swallow the story. But if she isn't, if even a fraction of what she's implying holds weight, then we're not just talking about internet drama. We're talking about one of the most shocking reversals in music history. So now the question shifts to you. Is this another chapter in a decades-old conspiracy theory? A woman seeking validation in the loudest way possible? Or is this the moment the Tupac myth finally faces its biggest test? And if the truth really is still out there, would we even be ready for it?